Hi guys, for today I will bring to you the basics of React.Js. So the first, what is I will introduce to you today the React itself, the functions in the React, the components, the class, and of course an example of code. Also, I will bring to you and introduce to you the CodePenny IO. So, what is React? It's a JavaScript library created by Facebook. React is a user interface library. React is a tool for building a user interface component. Okay, so let's do it. The functions. So you see here an example of a function. Okay, so a function user with some props and return, for example, a user, and there exists also a user info. It's possible to say a class, a function, or a component. Okay, so let's continue with this class. Introduce to you the component. User, it's a component in React. Okay, so React class. This is a class. The ECMAScript 6 class user extends a real component. So it's a component in on class. Okay, so let's do some modifications in the code, and in meanwhile I will also to bring and show you the support documentation for all of this. The React.Js.org. Okay, so here React is declarative. React makes it painless to create interactive ways. Design simple views for each state in your application, and blah 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 blah. Wow, it's kind of, it's more or less all the frameworks around the world tell the same. So guys, try to understand if this is good for you or not, and if you want learning more, and so on so on. So sometimes it's, if you are Angular JS developer, and so now we see React and a lot of projects in this, ask you if made some sense or not, and if it is, and you have some opinions different and divergent for the mine, so comment in the video, and I hope this will arise a long discussion about this. So stateful component here example, if you want to see an application, and of course component use extern plugin here. So now let's put the hands in the action and do something for us. So this is my code. It's very simple. I have a comment. I will transform, for example, a user, and after that, if a date. So now this is don't work. Why? Oh my God, this don't work. It's easy, guys. Sometimes it's JavaScript itself, so we change this, transform this user to this, and so on. The user, it's okay. So now we have the text, don't need. So this is a user with some text, but we, so now have the actor in the user, another object, and have the URL and the name, okay, with this actor. And for example, this is why it's a comment, but we will change something. Why not this introduce, for example, for us, a user or parent user, something like that. But let's continue with this. So a user, we have declarative user. So a user, React component user, and we have a user. Okay, this user is a function, but I will transform this also in the component. I want component here, so let's do this and transform this in on component in React itself. So now this is what don't works good. Why? Because in React this is self-isolate. We must use this to programmer and see now it's everything works fine. Okay or not? This and so on. This is the user. Oh my goodness, it's not a user now. It's a user info. Yeah, so it's good. The user info and like says the colleagues French. Voila. So now, guys, we have another function here, but I want a component also. So it's very easy for us. We use, don't forget, it's um, a declarative framework, so it's very, very simple to use. You see here, so now we put avatar here, okay, and uh, and now we save this, and that's it. Or I don't, the same mistake, don't forget, and the properties now it's self using by this. Your question is why this is simple, guys, because if you see here we pass an object. Okay, so now to access the object, we must using the this because it's object itself and of course it's the object. So now we create some three components: direct component, user info component, and so on, so on. If we want another like this, for example, but this is a function to format some data, why not? It's a function, it's a function. But if you want, it's possible for you to create everything this and use ECMAScript possibilities to do everything. Okay, for example, that's it. This is the example I bring to you today. So if you like the video, subscribe the video and I will continue with React.Js, and of course I introduce the React in SharePoint components and so on, so on, so on. So subscribe the video, share with your friends, and if it's new what you will see today, I will you see another videos and follow continue off.net, and bye guys, see you soon.